Now guys, question 2. Quick look at this. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to freehand sketch this up here, but just checking, it's 100 wide, 60 high, 60 deep. So it's longer by, you know, say roughly 1.5 times. So I'm going to now, I don't care about the measurements on this, I just want the proportion to be right. So here's our crow's foot. Now I want the height of this, because it's 60 wide and 60 high, I basically want the end of this for the time being to be like a square. And then if I went back the same amount there, that would be about 60, and half that would be 90, 100. So about there, look, just guessing. You just want it longer now. Now I'm sketching this light. And here's my slope for this. So that there, just adjust that camera a small bit. So that there is roughly the outline. Now the height up here is 25, which is about a third. So it's about a third of the ways up here. We'll do. And then it goes back 40, which would be 40, 80, 100. So 40 would be about there. So I'm just gonna, what I'm going to try and do now is just put a light line up there, take this back here parallel to that, and then this comes in a bit above here, 35, which is around a third again. And that's my slope done there. So I'm going to get a pen here now just to heavy this in. So I'm happy enough with the size of this now. And just, if that's the angle for the back, this is the same. And this is the slope for that. So here's the same slope. That's the angle for the front, so that's going back at the same angle here. So I'm going to just heavy in a bit more here now. So we've got our flat bit. I can heavy in the roof. Now finally that there and this here should be roughly the same. Now again, it's a freehand sketch, so we're not that concerned about it. Just want it to be as good as we can. And finally I'm going to put in here now a surface like this. I'll put some colors on this. Now I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to pause this and put some colors on this. Any random colors, doesn't matter. Okay guys, so I just picked a few random colors there. Just finishing this off with red. Now it's okay if you have to use the same colors twice, but now we're doing the coloring not for the sake of coloring, it's to help us understand the views in a minute. Now, this is important. the front view is looking from A, and I'm going to label these now as well. So the front view is A, but the side view this time is C. And the top view is B. So A is the front view and C is looking in from the left. So you're going to see the orange there close to you. But because we're looking this way, it gets drawn at the right hand side over here. So now that's, oh yeah, one last thing, really important. What is the top height? The top height is 60. Okay, always vital to check and see what is the top height. Okay, so I'm going to start now well over here, and I'm going to just measure 60. Put a heavy line for the ground, a light line along the top. Okay, now I actually want to start over here at the left hand side, and I want to draw the front view, which is what's in blue. So this shape is 100 wide. Okay, so this shape is 100 wide. I'm going to lighten off my height line there now because I put that a little bit too heavy. So I'm just going to lighten that 60 out there. Okay, so I want 100 wide. So 100 wide is from here to there. Now, it goes all the ways up at the right hand side, it goes up the full 60. And I'll just draw a light line up here. So it goes up 25 on the left. So this is 25 high. And it comes across. So draw the light first, then measure, then heavy. So 40 in. Now this bit comes in 35. And they just connect to each other then. So you just join those, whatever angle, doesn't matter. That's the slope. So that's our front view done. Now, to colour or not to colour, that is the question. We know that this is the blue here. But I'm not gonna, I'll finish the colouring in a minute. I'll just put a tiny hint of blue on it there. So now, top view always goes straight under the front view. So bring down the lines, left the outside lines, leave 20 between them. So if it's 100 wide in the front view, it's 100 wide looking down on top. Now from the very back to the very front is 60. So I'll just measure my 60 here. And I'm just going to heavy this in. So there's the outside of it. Now I think this is where our colouring now comes in. So I'll just adjust that camera there now a small bit. Okay, so that's 100 wide, 60 deep. Now I'm going to put on some colours here now, and you'll see why in a second. Now we know that this is like a car. We know that the slope down here is green. So I'm going to put that green on here. We know that the high part is pink. And I had put the flat bit then down here in red. Now, the reason I wanted to colour those in is because this shows, you know, I don't need to measure here because I've done my measuring already. So here's the red part. Here's the green part. So that's the slope. And I'm going to just pause that now and finish that colouring. Okay, so I just finished off the colouring here. So that is my flat red, which is down low. There's the slope, which is green. And this is the pink that's up high. Pink and red look almost the same, but that's not a big deal anyway. Now, what I haven't put in yet is that orange colour here is at the front. And in the looking down from above, that is orange all the ways along there. And the blue, looking down from on top, that blue front here gives me a blue line. So that's the blue front running along there. Now we don't know what colour that side is, so I'm just going to leave that. So that is most of the front and top done. I won't delay here now with the colouring in. I'll just finish that closer towards the end. So the important thing here now is we need a 45-degree set square. Has to be the 45. This one. So I put a 45 on there just to remind myself. So 45-degree line from the corner here. Now this allows us to project now, so we don't need to do any more measuring. So we bring these over horizontal, then bring them up. And the heights can be brought across. So we know that the orange bit is up 25, but I already measured that, so I can just bring that across. Here's the top. I'm going to heavy these in. Now I've got to do some some colours next, so I know I'm looking in from the left hand side here, so I can see the orange. It's going to be there. The green slope is up here. So I'm going to pause that again and continue my colouring. Okay, so the last couple of colours I wanted to put on this is, we know the front is blue, but which is the front over here? Now an easy way of following it is, look, you know this is the front, follow it over, up, and that here is the blue front. and we know the top is pink, so that's going to be here. And there should be a red line, because I can't tell the difference between red and pink. I'll just put it in there. So that represents the red, the pink up here, the blue for the front, and I finally know I will label these. So this is my front, my top view, and my side view. And this is the 3D. So that there is question 2. So yeah, best of luck with that.